All right, this next slide here is on social media due diligence. This came up during the interview you heard. Here are a whole bunch of different areas that you could consider when it comes to due diligence via social media. And you could search on Google their name with quotes around it, and then search the word scam or fraud or lawsuit, etc. You could look on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and see what they're posting or what they've said or what they've commented on. Some people in the news I noticed over the past year during the pandemic were upset that employers or other people were judging them based on what they posted publicly. But when you post something publicly, people are going to see it, and everyone has a mind of their own, and they can decide to work with you or not. Many times they'll never tell you that it was because of something they saw on social media. But if they weren't really sure, and then they see something that's kind of weird or not aligned with who they are, and in their mind it looks weird, and to a lot of other millions of other people it's not weird at all and it's normal and not a big deal, then they'll just move on, and they'll never tell you that that is the reason why they did, especially with social media things. Not just to avoid any liability around it, but just to, there's no benefit to ruffling someone else's feathers or making them upset or acting like you're being judgmental on someone. They'll just move on. If there is something that you can't change, which can be found in social media, then just anticipating that, like we talked about earlier in the day, and just knowing what they'll find and searching on yourself and seeing what is found. And some of the things that can turn others off is just extreme political views, hate speech, or things as simple as cussing, smoking, drinking, or just saying things or using certain words that someone might say to themselves, well, I would never say that word out loud in my life or ever write it on social media. So if this is the type of person that thinks that's normal or okay, then we're just not going to work with them. And again, it's the type of thing that might be thought, but not said. Stability, thought leadership, consistency, family, friends, value, personal yet professional. It's actually a positive, I think, to show that you're a real human being that likes to go fly fishing or enjoys travel or is a biker, or, it just shows that, you're not just manicuring this business profile only when it comes to social media. It's somewhat expected and allows people to actually get to know who you are as a person, just like inviting someone to go golfing or to on a boat with you, etc. And a couple other examples real quick on this is, move this here, that radio silence at the company level, what does that really say if your company doesn't have any social media profiles? It might not say anything for your type of company or investment firm. It might be totally normal. But it does help manage your reputation if you have positive things that people find versus negative as a percentage of things they find, or they just find many positive things versus not finding anything, then they don't have much to go off of. And it's always strange to me when I see someone's LinkedIn profile and they don't have a picture of themselves. It just makes me ask a whole bunch of questions, because almost every business person has LinkedIn. There might be great reasons not to, but there's no reason not to have a somewhat professional picture up there. Otherwise, it just seems off. And then it's just, why would the person be hard to make it hard to get to know? I also put Lamborghini cribs on there, in that some types of investors, if you know your investor avatar, some types of investors, if they see that all of your social media updates are you driving Lamborghinis and flashy cars and in dance clubs and bragging about all the cash flowing through your life and your mansion, they're going to think something from that versus, like a influencer type Instagram profile, or just showing you like relaxing on your yacht every day. That's going to make an impression on a potential investor versus a genuine update of a lesson you learned by closing a deal, or you're, on a skiing trip with your family, etc. Is just a genuine, authentic sharing of what's going on, or just a piece of business thought leadership. And you don't have to share anything personal. It could just be helpful resources and insights and quotes and great books you've read, etc. So that was my point on the Lamborghinis mentioned there, Dickinson, because I saw your question there.